Hello and welcome to the C-Suite at the Open series with TMX Group. My name is Omar Kafagi, a client success specialist based in Toronto. And today joining me is Jesse Ledger, the CEO of Nuvo Pharmaceuticals. Hello, Jesse, and welcome.
Hi, Omar. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure, Jesse. So Jesse, why don't you kick things off and tell us a little more about Nuvo Pharmaceuticals?
Sure. So Nuvo Pharmaceuticals is a Canadian-based healthcare company with global reach. We have a diverse range of commercial products that all generate revenue, and we're really focused on three primary therapeutic areas: pain, allergy, and dermatology. Our business is based in Mississauga, Ontario. Our international operations are based in Dublin, Ireland, and we have an FDA-approved manufacturing facility just outside of Montreal in Varennes, Quebec. And our business really operates three distinct business segments. We have our commercial business, which is really your traditional pharmaceutical operations, where we sell a number of commercial products throughout Canada with a field-based sales force. Then we have our licensing and royalty business, which is where we capture revenues generated through the various partnerships we have around the world for our products and intellectual property. And so really capturing those royalty streams that come from those partnerships. And then our third business segment is our production and services segment, where we capture revenues generated from our manufacturing facility. So the production of finished product for our partners in various countries around the world.
Jesse, one of the things that investors really focus on these days is how companies and businesses have been impacted by the pandemic, the COVID-19. So I was curious to know, how have your operations been impacted by COVID-19? And as a company, how were you able to adapt?
Sure, it's a great question. And like everybody, the COVID-19 pandemic has had an impact on our business, and primarily in terms of how we go about our day-to-day operations. And so really the first thing that we needed to do was really pivot in moving away from working out of the office and out of our manufacturing facility, but moving towards a virtual work from home environment. And so we were able to do that very quickly when the pandemic really got kicked off. And that even extended to our sales force out in the field. So our sales representatives have moved from the field to a virtual setup and continue to interact with physicians across Canada through the technology like what we're using today. So that's worked very, very well, and we really wanted to ensure that our employees were safe and remained healthy. The second piece that we really needed to ensure was that our supply chain remained stable and robust. Obviously that's pretty important for a pharmaceutical business, and as an essential business, by the definition of the Ontario and Quebec governments, we're able to continue to operate. Our entire supply chain is able to continue to operate, and so we've taken additional measures to ensure that we've got additional inventory on hand to cover us if there's a prolonged sort of delay in getting back to, let's call it, normal. So we've got more product on hand so that we can continue to supply our medicines and our healthcare products to patients and physicians across Canada and around the world. So by ensuring that our employees are remaining safe and healthy, and that our supply chain is robust and strong, we're able to ensure business continuity as we move forward. And so we're very fortunate to be in the position that we are today.
Great. And Jesse, when you're talking to investors about why Nuvo Pharmaceuticals is an attractive investment proposition, how do you describe that?
Sure. I think it really revolves around those three segments that I was talking about earlier. If we look at our commercial segment, we've got a number of growth-oriented products that we're really focused on. So Cambia is our acute migraine treatment that's been on the market for 8 years now. Last year, it showed nearly 30% year-over-year growth for prescriptions, and continues to grow through the efforts of our sales force. We also have Blexten, which is our antihistamine product for allergies and urticaria. It's in its 4th year in the market now, and it grew 60% last year in total prescriptions. So there's a lot of room for those products to continue to grow. We're also introducing a new prescription product this year called Suvex later on in 2020, also an acute migraine treatment And so, we're just starting to commercialize that product, and there's a lot of opportunity there. And then when we look at our other two segments, we continue to identify new partners around the world for our products, pharmaceutical companies in various countries around the world who would license our products, and generate additional royalty streams, and generate additional opportunities for manufacturing revenue. So we're not just a company with one product in one market, we're a company with a diverse range of products in a diverse range of markets around the world.
And now, being listed on the TSX for over 20 years now, what does that listing mean for your company?
It's pretty important. I think the TSX is the main board in Canada. It provides us with access to the broadest range of potential investors in Canada. That's for sure. And for us, it's important that we are able to reach retail investors as well as institutional investors. But the being on the TSX sort of lends us an additional element of legitimacy. It helps us when we're interacting with investors in the United States, for sure, because the TSX is a recognized exchange. And all in all, it's a very effective way to access the capital markets and assist us in the work that we need to do.
Well, thank you very much, Jesse, for all of your insights today. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. I hope that you stay safe and that you stay well.
Thanks, Omar. You too.